Hey guys, Dan Ahman back with another video. Today we have the lowest reading on the fear and greed ever in history. So historically, usually this means it's a great buying opportunity, and the price is kind of today holding up a little bit on a lot of altcoins and Bitcoin. So we're gonna look at some different charts and let's begin. All right, so very first thing, if we go to the fear and greed, we have a 5, the lowest recorded reading ever in history. I think I see one more 5 over here. Maybe it was a 6. It's hard to, like, it doesn't work very well when you're trying to highlight this exact point over here. Weirdly, this is in 2019, August-ish, which really doesn't correlate to anything crazy happening. So if we go back to August 2019, it's like right here randomly, which doesn't really make a lot of sense because that was like kind of like a high. But anyways, this is the lowest recording ever in history. Usually you can see when the price is quite low, it's been very good times to buy. So if we go to, back here in, February, April, tariff tantrum, we got not even as low as we are right now. So quite interesting. And usually the price doesn't sustain down here for very long, maybe a month or so. This one, there was like the longest sustained period that we have here on record. And this was the June 2022. So if we go to June 2022, right in here, you can see that was pretty much the bottom. We had the FTX collapse that kind of pushed the price below that right there. But that was pretty much the bottom. So that would have been great buying opportunities. I think we're kind of in something similar here. Now, it's just kind of interesting because we have come down so fast, so quickly that it seems like it's going to be hard for us to make it all the way to October of this year, which is where traditionally we would be bottoming for this market. Again, if we look at something like this, which goes over the 4-year cycles over based on the halving, you can see here that if we do want to make it all the way up to here, we either need quite a large rally to make it down to here. I think otherwise we might bottom a little bit sooner than this. So you can see a lot of these we bottomed here, but I mean, if you bought back in like June here for this bottom, you could have bought at like 17, 18,000, where the actual bottom was only like 16,000, right? So still, that would have been a great entry, especially on spot. Now, if you're trying to use leverage, you're going to want to trade, quicker swings, right? You don't want to hold leverage for that long because you got to pay funding fees, etc. And I have an affiliate link below if you do want to try leverage, or if you just want to buy spot. Bitunix is what I use for that, so feel free to use that affiliate link. That is the best way to support the channel. But that's what we've got going on here. So for fear and greed, that's what we got going on. For FOMO Finder, it's kind of similar. We've had some over the last, couple months here. We've dipped into this panic, and this has usually been a good place to buy, especially when you have panic and fear and greed. Usually those are great entries for a lot of your trades. So that's what we got going on there. Let's look at some other charts. We have USDT dominance. I was talking about how maybe this bear market is complete, or maybe we need to kind of wait for a while to, do I have that parallel channel here? Yeah, we go. So either it's complete and we just speed run it, or we have to come back up into this area here. So this is USDT dominance. Another good one is USDT plus USDC. And you can see it looks like kind of maybe we have a little bit more. Maybe we're halfway through this, but we do have this quite a large wick. And, maybe we're here. We could be in a lot of different areas, but sometimes when you see these big wicks, that's kind of like a reversal sign. Sometimes the wicks get filled. So we could see this coming down for a little bit. And I am thinking that we have to get some sort of a relief rally sometime soon. Bitcoin dominance kind of looks like it's trying to break down. So maybe we see a breakdown here and we need to come back and retest this, 50% level here at 56%. I don't know that this right now is going to be the move that we can get down to here. Maybe, again, what I've said previously is maybe we're kind of in this area, we get a dump down, and then once the bull market starts again and Bitcoin starts outperforming, maybe we see this, and then finally the real alt season. So that could be, now that we got quantitative easing coming soon, maybe that's what we're going to see here for Bitcoin dominance. So I think that one is kind of likely here. So here is total 3 ES on the daily. It looks like We've found at least a temporary bottom in a similar area that we found a temporary bottom here before. So you can see we've kind of found some bottoms here, and this was before the very big, really this was the bull market, to be honest. So this was the bull market here, and this was October 2024. This was kind of the real bull market. We had this little tiny kind of bull market up until this October liquidation event, which seems to have pretty much destroyed cryptocurrencies. But you can see here that this was kind of the real bull market we had. And we've kind of retested these same levels. So can we break down below it? Yes, of course we can. But I think we are due for some sort of a rally. So that's what we got going on. Let's check a couple of these here. So Solana is down at $82. Potentially seeing some sort of strength here. The Camel Finance indicator is giving me a daily cycle low. And it does say low probability though. DOT, really, really low prices. This one's kind of interesting because you can just stake it and grab a yield. So, I mean, we're almost to like $1, almost to like the lowest prices in history. It hit about $1.10 right here, which is like pretty much the lowest ever recorded for DOT. I mean, pretty crazy. A lot of these are just absolutely destroyed. Litecoin. Ooh, today's got a bullish divergence. Was that yesterday? Today? We got a bullish divergence on Litecoin. You can see on the daily, we've got a lot of bullish divergences, which is this green. Whoa, let's not do that. Which is this green bars right here. So it looks like we might see some strength in Litecoin coming over the next couple days here. That's kind of an interesting one. We got a bullish divergence on this indicator, and this indicator is showing me a bullish divergence for Litecoin. So that is good there. The RSI is, you know, making kind of a higher low there. So interesting. Fartcoin looking like it's also at support. Literally the support that runs all the way back. Oops, weekly. Yeah, if you draw something like this, we're basically on the bare bottom support for something like Fartcoin. So a lot of these altcoins are really, really low. You know, Aster looks like it's breaking out of here. And, you know, I drew this wedge, and I was gonna trade this breakout and kind of forgot about it. That would have been a nice breakout there. But yeah, a lot of altcoins are really green today. So that's good to see. Virtuals, this one doing pretty good. Pengu, this one looking like potentially it's trying to, when I say good, I mean short term. Obviously, if you look at these long term, they've just been bleeding for a long time, but maybe we're looking at some good entries here finally for a counter trend rally. I think we're definitely due one. Of course, the market, you know, doesn't need to do anything, but a lot of these arrow, this one's interesting. I drew this trending channel a very long time ago, and it looks like kind of we've been just like holding on top of it. Daily cycle low window there. Yeah, so we got a lot of these. Uni announced that I think BlackRock was doing a bunch of real RWA, like real world assets on it. Had this massive 4-hour candle up 40%, and then just basically fully retraced it. So interesting. So yeah, that's what we got going on in the market right now. I think we are due a bounce, right? So again, if we don't get any sort of a bounce here, I feel like the bear market's just gonna bottom a little bit sooner, just because we've had no counter trend rallies. And, you know, historically, we don't just go down only. I mean, this has pretty much been down only since 1010. Pretty much just down only. The biggest counter trend rally we had on Bitcoin was this one right here. From the very pico bottom to the very pico top was only 20%. So if we go look at like some of the other, you know, bear markets here. So let's say the bear market started here. I mean, this counter trend rally was how much? 41%. So just a lot larger. I mean, and even if you say like this is it, I mean, this was a massive bear market rally. If you consider that the start of the bear market, 130%. If you go back to 2018, we had these similar bear market rallies. This one was 96%, right? And then this one right here was 50%. So usually there's some quite large counter trend rallies, even in a bear market. You know, even like this one right here, top or bottom to top was 50%, right? So they had 3 massive rallies. This one we really just had, I mean, this one was decent if you caught the wick of that, 20%. I guess that's the same one we already had. But this one was a lot better, right? 38, 40%. So I think we're due some sort of counter trend rally here, and it would make sense to kind of do it from here. We had this big on the weekly, you can see this massive wick down. Now, sometimes wicks, these long wicks do get filled, but they don't always, right? So you can see this one right here. We had this huge wick down, and then from the bottom to here, you can see 31%, and then we did not go and make a new low. We didn't, and then we moved significantly up after that. So that's going to be interesting to keep an eye on. Now let's look at some, what do we want to look at? Others dominance. Looks like it's been trending up for, you know, a week or so here. If we go to like XRP dominance, this one kind of looking like it's topped here. We had this big wick down, and then it just still looks like it's trying to trend up, you know, stuff like trend down. I mean, Solana dominance looking really weak here, but maybe that's an opportunity. So that one's looking quite weak. Let me just look at some ETH, some Bitcoin pairs, right? So ETH Bitcoin, potentially at some support from this same area right here, right? So it looks kind of like we're holding support here on this level of support here, which also happens to be kind of like this bottoming area. So definitely seems like to be some good support there at basically 0.03. So interesting. If we look at like my trading indicators, we got some bullish divergences here on ETH. Let's use the clean version here. Yeah, we got some bullish divergence, and the Camel Finance indicator picking a low there. Solana Bitcoin, what do we got going on in this area? So I must have put these green support bars a while ago. That's kind of interesting, and we're in the same area now. If you look here down on this bottom bullish divergence indicator, you can see that we've been in bullish divergences for quite some time. So, you know, you don't usually get them for that long, and that usually means that's quite a good spot. You can see the last time I really see that long of bullish divergences was basically June 2023 when we were at the bottom here. So that's kind of interesting. Solana maybe seeing some big breakouts there soon. Litecoin, Bitcoin, what do we got going on? We had the bullish divergences. We've been moving up a little bit. Those have kind of played out already. Again, it looks like it's like trying to roll over here. So we had, you know, some aggressive move down, and it does look like it's trying to roll over. So maybe that'll mean that these are going to see some outperformance for a while. Again, it Bitcoin dominance did look kind of bearish for the short term. So we'll see what happens. Maybe some of these, I mean, these alts have been so smashed down that I feel like it's hard for them to go much lower than they already are. Here is Fartcoin again compared to Bitcoin, and it's basically at zero, the 0 point from all the way back here. I mean, you can see there's just been so much support right here in this area, and we're way below, you know, the bull market support band. So this could see a big pump as well. Quite interesting there. You know, the RSI on a lot of these is like the lowest it's ever been. So it's interesting. You know, RSI on like Solana, for example, like 24, and it's pretty much the lowest it's ever been. The last time was literally the exact bottom over here. So that's interesting. Now, if we go to the weekly, do we see the same thing? Yeah, we see pretty much the same thing. RSI extremely oversold. Not extremely oversold. It was extremely oversold here at like, I think this was like $7 Solana or something like that. But quite insane for a lot of these. Let's look at Doge. Again, looking like it's pretty much near a bottom here. If we go on the daily, this one looks to be recovering a little bit and trying to break out of this little pattern I drew here, this little falling wedge. So I don't know. Interesting. It looks like it's going to be hard for us to go much further down in the short term. Obviously, it's a bear market, so we could go a lot further down in the long term. Let's hit stocks real quick. What do we got going on in stocks? ES1 futures. We've been up all morning, and we're pretty close to an all-time high yet again. We're kind of just consolidating at all-time high. NASDAQ 100, top 100 here is, it had this big drop, and then now it's kind of holding above the bull market support band, or right in the top of it. So this one looks like it's ready to push to all-time highs. SPY kind of just consolidating at all-time highs. Now, does this mean we're going to roll over? It could potentially, but it doesn't quite look the same as like this because we've been here for quite some time. Let's see if we can find another time where we've been like consolidating so much at an all-time high, because this is actually a lot. I mean, does it kind of look like this? Potentially. Maybe we see some sort of a top here in the stock market, and also maybe we see some sort of a divergence. Let me clean up the chart a little bit. That one's kind of dirty. Maybe we see some sort of a divergence between, you know, Bitcoin, crypto, and the stock market, because these are all at all-time highs. And the stock market, I mean, the crypto market is like you know, very, very low comparatively. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting. DJI had this breakout this week right here. You can see a couple days ago, and we're trading about 50K. So quite interesting. Crypto stocks had some big pullbacks yesterday. Let's see if we're getting any repair in any of these. They look like they're coming back a little bit. Bitfarms, I think Mara had a decent day. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think a lot of these are good, especially if you have like a long-term vision for the cryptocurrency market. I think nibbling at some accumulation here, or even opening some leveraged longs, you know, and not risking too much of your account. Again, affiliate link below if you want to purchase anything from Bitunix or Coinbase, or open leverage. You got to use Bitunix for that. You can use Coinbase, but their fees are a lot higher. And I don't know. It's just they don't have like the true perpetual futures. I don't know. I just don't like trading perps on Coinbase. I think Bitunix is a lot better. So anyways, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Good luck out there. Gold and silver looking like they're condensing right around there. So that's it. Have a great day. See you guys.